Hello everyone, today I'm back with another favorites, and this is slightly overdue, and so I apologize for those of you who were waiting at the end of the month for this video, but I hope I did post it early enough. I'm going to start with my foundations today, and for those of you who haven't seen my Perfection Lumiere and Pro Lumiere comparison review, this is Chanel's newest foundation, and I currently use it in 40 Beige because of my summer tan. I do think though that even when I get a little lighter, I'll still be able to pull this color off. It's just a really great foundation for combination skin, and combination skin is when you have an oily T-zone and dry cheeks. It is a liquid to powder foundation. Oily skins might like this depending on whether you like a dewy finish or not. If you do like a slightly dewier finish, this may work for you, but if you like a truly matte finish, you might want to stick with Matte Lumiere. Also, for those of you who watched my last favorites video, I do believe I put the Hera HD foundation in it. I love this foundation, but right now 23, which is the darkest shade, is actually still much too light for me. So I've been mixing it with my sample of Top Miracle. This is a foundation by Lancome in Bisque 6W. These two mixed together provide the perfect combination for my face at the moment. This combination, however, is a very luminous finish as opposed to my Perfection Lumiere, which has more or less a semi-matte finish. Now for some fun stuff. I really like Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, and recently I fell in love with their Radiate Neon Nail Polish, but their glitters are totally awesome, and I'm going to write up a blog post for you. I know not everyone likes glitter, and for some it can look very juvenile, especially if you're of a certain age. However, if you do like glitter, these are definitely worth investing in. I bought them during the sale when they had a 25% off coupon online, and I will list the OCC website down below if you're interested in checking them out. I purchased 3 colors. Beige, which actually isn't a beige, it's more like a coral nude. Next I have mint, which is a lovely pale green. And now for blue, which is a very electric blue, and it almost reminds me of MAC's Electric Eel eyeshadow. I think I paid about $8 or $9 for each of these, which is a great steal because Makeup Forever glitters are not as fine as these, and it costs a lot more. I'm probably going to use the beige one in a tutorial soon. If not, I'll use the mint eventually. I don't know when I'll incorporate the blue glitter, just because I recently posted a very bright Katy Perry inspired tutorial, so I'll probably incorporate this maybe in a Halloween tutorial. Now for more eye products. These are my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Colors, and for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I highly recommend that you follow me on Twitter if you want updates for the products that I'm using. There is a lot of miscellaneous personal ramble, but I do talk a lot about the products that I've been using or trying. But anyway, I found out about these Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Sticks through the Non-Blonde and Joey Glowy Bunny, who were having a conversation about these on Twitter. And I jumped in and I asked them what their favorites were, so they recommended these to me, and I really adore them. So thank you, Joey, and thank you, Gaia. Here are the shades, and I'm actually wearing this one on my waterline right now, but they last all day. And this is the taupe one right here, and you just blend them out with your finger. Now, for those of you with really oily lids, I highly recommend you check these out because these do not budge. As much as I like my Armani Eyes to Kill potted shadow, they do tend to fade slightly on very oily lids, especially if you don't use a primer. But these, if you use a primer, will not budge, and it's actually very difficult to take off if you don't use an oil-based makeup remover. The price isn't exorbitant, and you don't need very much at all to get full coverage color, so I highly recommend these. Next, for my 2 lip products, I absolutely adore the Lioele Blooming Gloss, and I saw Holly of Holly Annery and Jen from Head to Toe talking about these glosses when reviewing Lioele, so I was really interested in trying them, but I didn't know how much I would like them. Turns out I absolutely love them, like I said, and this one is in the color O2. And it has a very sweet candy scent that might not be appealing to those who are a little bit more mature or don't like scents at all. But it has a slanted doe foot applicator, which I find really great for application on the go. And I'm going to put some on top of my lip combination right now, just so you can see how glossy it is. This gloss is so beautiful on the lips, and it looks great on everybody. I think 02 is the most universal color, even though in the bottle it might look a little too bright for you to wear. They are not opaque in color, but you can build them up. And if you continue to build it up, it gives you a vinyl gloss effect that I think is very sexy. Plus, these aren't too expensive, and I will have a full Lioele brand review coming up. Now for my last product, this is a Rouge Coco Shine Liberté. And as much as I want to say I love this product, I really don't. On the back of my hand, it's the perfect sheer coral. But on my lips, it actually turns out a little darker than I would like. My favorite Rouge Coco Shine is Chance, and this is my only other Rouge Coco Shine. I think for $32 they aren't quite worth the money, since they're very balm-like in texture, but 56 Chance is beautiful on my lips, and it actually doesn't make them more mauve or more red. It turns out to be the pink it is on the back of my hand. Considering I paid $32 for a color that I don't absolutely love, I am still on the fence as to whether I want to keep it or give it to my sister or something. But I think that overall, the Rouge Coco Shine formula is lovely. It's just that the shade selection isn't ideal for me. If you do like sheer reds or sheer oranges, any kind of sheer berry, you might find the color for you. But for me, Chance and probably Evasion are the only two that I would wear. So if you're interested, Chance is again number 56. And if you're interested in a darker coral color, I highly recommend you try 46 Liberté. I did wear this in my last couple videos. And that's the end of my favorites this month. I know it was a really short video, but I hope you got to see some products that I generally don't show. And one last product before I forget, I totally forgot to include this. This is the ELF Studio Makeup Removing Cleansing Cloths. It comes with a pack of 20 and it was only $3. However, I do not recommend them because they are the worst makeup cleansing cloths I have ever used. I mean, they are only $3 and they give you 20, which is more than you could ask for. However, they don't really do anything to remove my makeup. It is terrible for the eyes because I could not remove even a stitch of waterproof mascara with this particular cleansing cloth. So maybe if you just wear very little makeup, like a tinted moisturizer with powder and eyebrows, maybe you could try these. But if you wear any more makeup than that, especially mascara, don't even bother. But I do love a lot of the ELF makeup that I have been trying recently, and I'll have another brand review for ELF posted sometime this month too. Same with Lioele, like I mentioned earlier. So once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!